Hey everybody, it's Jim Riley coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee from my Drum Dojo studio, and I've got a lesson for you today on drum fills. Now this won't be the most technically difficult lesson that we cover, but it'll probably be the most important when you consider that timekeeping is the #1 job of a drummer in a band. And while I think we tend to spend a lot of time making sure that our grooves feel good, I think we spend considerably less time making sure that our fills feel just as good. So with that in mind, I've got 4 fills for you. They're very easy, and they're fills that I use in my professional career. And if you'll implement them into your playing, I think that you'll find that your fills will groove as hard as your grooves do. So let's get started. The first one is a 1-beat fill. It starts on beat 4 of the measure. That measure will occur in measure 4 of the phrase. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So beat 4, let me break it down for you. That's hi-hat, snare drum, double stop. Followed by right, left on the snare drum, followed by a crash. In time, very slowly, that's 1, 2, 3. In the context of the measure, that's 1, 2, 3. I would say that fill is the fill that I play most commonly in my career because it just works. And so I would highly recommend you taking that fill, moving it way up in your fill playlist. The next fill I'm going to play for you is a 2-beat fill. So it starts on beat 3, and I'm going to play that in the 4th measure of a 4-bar phrase. 1, 2, ready, go. So starting from beat 3, breaking it down, it starts on the snare drum. We've got, which is a little weird because you're playing on beat 3 on the snare drum, which you're not ordinarily doing. So you got to bring it down in the measure. That's going to be 1, 2. Now the sticking is also very important. That's right. Now there's a couple ways that I can embellish this particular fill. I can substitute a tom for the hi-hat and go 1. Or, as you can hear me doing right there, I'm actually adding some grace notes and inner beats to it. So I'm going 1. And that tends to enhance the feel. The next fill I'm going to play for you is also a 2-beat fill, but it incorporates more toms in it, and so I like the colors. And so while both of these fills tend to fill the same need, no pun intended, this one has a little bit more of a melody to it, so it can work in some different situations. And here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Once again, this one starts on beat 3. I'm going to play the skeleton for it, and then I'll add in the ghost notes. It's. I think the thing that people find most awkward about it is the fact that the first time you hit a tom, it's with your left hand. That seems to throw people, so that's the part you need to be prepared for. So once I add the ghost notes in, that's. Better that way, and then of course I can put grace notes in there. I can put a drag in there. And while you're really playing it at that speed, it may sound under tempo, But the fact is, this fill works great at slow tempos. And I use it at slow tempos and at medium tempos as well. So the last fill that I'm going to play for you is one that I call a build-up fill. I use it very sparingly, but it's very effective in the right situation. It takes up the entire measure, so it starts on beat 1, and I'm going to use it in measure 4 of our 4-bar phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. So like I said, I use this fill more for like going from a larger event, from maybe a chorus to a bridge or something where I need a lot of drama. So let me describe the anatomy of this. I'm playing what we would call a forte piano with a crescendo. So the first note, loud, followed by a soft note, and then we're building it up, going 1, 2. Like I said, very dramatic fill. I use it sparingly. So while we're talking about uses, let's talk about how I use some of these different durations real quick. Like that first fill. 1, 2, 3. Not really a big deal. So I tend to use a fill like that, maybe connecting 2 phrases together. Fills like this. 1, 2. It's got a little bit more to it. So those are the types of fills that I tend to use, maybe going from a verse to a chorus. And then same thing with, and then this fill, I save for places, going from a chorus to a bridge, big events. Now one thing, and this is the secret to this whole deal, I've kept this to the end because I think it's a really interesting point. I've thought about why do I like these fills so much? And the reason why I like them is because the right hand never stops playing time throughout the whole thing. So as I play all of these fills in a row, I want you to watch that my right hand never stops playing this note. No matter where it is, whether I'm in the fill or I'm in the groove. And I think that that's one of the keys to why these fills work so well, because I never stop playing time. So as I go out, I'm going to play all of these fills for you. I want you to note that. You can always come visit me on my Facebook page, on this YouTube page, and you can also catch me at www.jimrileymusic.com. So have a great day. I'm going to play you out with all these fills. Ready?